Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like.
How are you on this fine Friday morning?
Fine Friday. Is it fine? Is it a shouted out Friday? I think it
It
is.
is a shout out Friday. I have not yet had a chance to look at the weather, but it looks gray outside. But
It was beautiful.
it's supposed to be warmer than it's
Yes,
been
it was
all
beautiful
week.
this morning. I was out in it.
Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning, baby.
Yes, Lisa was out of the weather this morning. She went and got her wig done, her haircut. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And happy day 5 of Kwanzaa to you. Happy day 5 of Kwanzaa. Day 5 of Kwanzaa is
NIA
NIA.
for purpose. We have done Umoja for unity.
Which is on Monday. The first day of Kwanzaa is December the 26th.
Right.
And Kwanzaa goes from December the 26th until January the 1st.
Absolutely. Day 2, Kujichagulia, self-determination. Day 3, Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Day 4, Ujama, cooperative economics. And now day 5 is
Day 5 is NIA. Now, NIA's principle is purpose. Encourage us to look within ourselves to set personal goals that are beneficial to the community. Let me read that one more again. And encourage us to look within ourselves to set personal goals that are beneficial to the community. To set personal goals that are beneficial to the community.
And we're going to talk about it. And we have a special guest on today as well. She is going to help us to lift up NIA. And we can't wait to share her with you. Right now, back to these messages.
Good morning, my name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Like.
Good morning, Miss Vicki Ferguson. How are you, my sister?
Good morning.
Glad to see you slid through with us this morning.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Good morning, Dr. Beverly. It's always better when you make an appearance in the room. She goes, good morning, great and awesome people. Yes, we're happy to have you. We're going through Kwanzaa. This is and good morning again, Sister Vicki. This is Shouted Out Friday, but we have been journeying through the days of Kwanzaa. We love Kwanzaa here. We celebrate Kwanzaa every year. We got to remove that or something. Well, never mind, because when your face was down, it was hidden behind that thing.
I understand.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Vicki, thank you for joining.
Yes. So what does it mean to you, NIA? Purpose. Looking within yourselves to set personal goals that benefit the community. And I love that so much, that thought. I set a personal goal that I'm going to read to someone in a homeless shelter. Okay, that's a personal goal, and it would benefit the community. Okay, or I want to do something, but you can come up with your own. What does NIA mean to you, Sister Dr. Beverly or Sister Vicki? What does that mean to you? And did you have a good week this week? Do you have anything you want to shout out this week? Any accomplishment, anything you achieved? You want to celebrate any other person or other business? This is the time to shout it out. Shout out your book, shout out your business, shout out your cause. What say you? What you got?
What do you have? What have you identified your purpose? Good morning, Michelle DeWitt. You're hanging out with Dr. Deborah.
Deborah up in Tennessee. You can't even hardly say the word Tennessee without thinking of what's that group? What's that group that sing the song Tennessee? Lord, I've really been distressed, down and out, losing. That song Tennessee? You know the song Tennessee. I met the group, by the way.
I do not. Hey, Vicki.
Man, it's going to
Vicki
come
said,
to
I
me.
would like to shout out you and your beautiful wife this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Katura, thank you for joining us this morning. That is for a life couple. And Dr. Beverly says, my NIA with Empowerment Duo Family is just what the title is. Stay empowered with this awesome family of networking and great information. Y'all are the best. You the best. You the best.
Now y'all gotta help
Best
me.
I ever had.
What's the
Best
group
I
that
ever
does
had.
Tennessee? They had this little girl there that she sang that part. Won't you help me? Won't you help me understand your plan? Y'all know the girl I'm talking about. The lead rapper is a dude named Headliner. Tennessee. Oh man, I gotta look it up. I thought you guys could help a brother.
I'll look it up because I don't want you to lose your
The song
place.
Tennessee. But anyway,
Lord have mercy.
I gotta tell you about
it's
this
stuck
group.
in your cross, so we're gonna make sure.
Because I gotta tell the story about how I met them. Okay, but what's the name of the group, Katura?
Katura said, "Say Brian," because he was in that, wasn't he?
Let me tell you about this group.
He was feeling it.
I was a successful businessman in Raleigh, North Carolina. I had on a business suit, and I was gonna have me a business lunch. Okay, and I went to this there's a real popular buffet, Tennessee Arrested Development. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Shay. Arrested Development.
You, Shay.
Okay.
Because
Thank
I was
you.
like, bless his heart.
Arrested Development. I got to tell y'all my Arrested Development story. Okay. There's this real popular upscale buffet in Raleigh. I can't remember the name, but back in the day. So I had on a suit. I'm looking good. I'm looking sharp. I'm feeling successful. I'm feeling good. My charisma is high. Okay. So I go to this good buffet and I go through the line.
Tina,
I get my food.
good morning, beautiful.
And I sit down. And this group of kids come in. Headliner, that girl that sings that song, they say I'm hopeless, like a penny with a hole in it. What's the girl that sings that song, Penny with a Hole in It? Because she was in the group too. And they got the big girl that does the dancing and the other tall dude. So they all come in together. And nobody knew who they were, but you could tell they were somebody.
Okay.
Their charisma level was through the roof. You could not notice them. They just was coming in just to get, like anybody else to get their food, but they were illuminating the place. Okay. Now their charisma was so high. Talk about you walk in the room like you own it. What's the lady that sing that song? Like a penny with a hole in it. She goes shouting out Dr. Deborah. She's truly beautiful inside and out. You are right. You are right. You are right. But let me tell you, they get their food, and it's like 5 of them. And I'm sitting by myself at a table, and their table is right next to mine. And so they couldn't stop looking at me, and I couldn't stop looking at them. I think they liked my suit, but I was looking at their character. They were colorfully dressed and all that kind of stuff. So we got to talking. I'm like, well, who are you guys? They said, we're Arrested Development. At the time, I didn't know who Arrested Development was, and no one else knew who Arrested Development was. They said, we're in town tonight. We're performing at this club here on Capitol. And so we got to talking. They said, yeah, we're going to sing a song. And they were really, really animated about it. They were excited about their performance that night. So they said, look, we got tickets for you. We want you to come. Okay, sure. And I went there that night, and they put on a phenomenal show. They put on the little girl that sang that song, like a penny with a hole in it. She was really, really bashful. So she stayed like in the middle of the stage, way in the back. And she didn't even face the audience. She faced to the curtain. She faced to the side. But she, a little package with a big old voice. And they were dancing and singing. They was jumping up and down. It was in the audience's face. They were loving on the audience, and we loved them back. That's my Arrested Development story.
You know what I noticed when you told that story? Right. The element that they had was they were projecting.
Dion Ferris. Yes. Yes, Shay Morton, 2 for Shay.
Business 911 in the hizzy.
Shay is 2 for 2 today. Yes.
Business 911.
Shout him out. Shout him out. Business 911. Shay is a business incubator. She helps entrepreneurs to launch and maintain and run profitably out of her own center. You can go to Shay's center with an appointment or without an appointment sometimes. Just go there and be in the midst and learn some things. She helps entrepreneurs to get incorporated. She helps them to get launched. She helps them to get profitable, stay profitable. Sister Shay, I hope I did justice to what you do, Shay. She goes, I'm a music junkie on the low. Okay.
Absolutely. Business 911 got the 411.
That's right.
Music. Thank you very much.
And her son know how to cook. That's right. One of my joyful memories of Thanksgiving was the day after Thanksgiving at Shay's house. Remember that, baby?
Yes, I remember.
1 year after Thanksgiving. We had a good Thanksgiving, but the day after.
We were at Willie Mae's house for Thanksgiving.
Not this particular time.
That one?
No, I don't
Where
think
did
so.
we go?
Because we're at the Shay's house the day after.
I know, but we didn't stay at Aunt Willie Mae's house.
Okay.
That was the Thanksgiving.
Maybe you're right.
We went there, then we came home.
But we went to her house the day after, and she had a spread, and they were so hospitable to us. They treated us so nicely, and the food was amazing. She cooked some of it. Her son cooked some of it. It was just amazing food. So I have a fond memory of the day after Thanksgiving at Shay's house.
We appreciate the welcome.
And I've been trying to get back to her house the day after Thanksgiving for years.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So again, today we're talking about purpose. We're talking about purpose, and we're also talking about operating in your purpose. Listen, we got more people on the show than we have likes. Even if you are watching and participating, please give us a like. Give us a like.
Okay, have a try. Sister Rochelle, try again. Go all the way out and start over, because sometimes, just like in the old school days, unplugging and plugging back up fixes the problem.
Absolutely, Shay. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. We're looking forward to the next one.
She says, that's crazy, because every time I make a sweet potato pie, I think about you, Brian.
Please do.
There's worse things to be known for than that. And I like being known for that, Shay. Man, your son made some kind of a meatball or something, I remember. And I remember I was really, really digging on him. Okay.
Bless your heart.
And
the way to this man.
Wait. I'm going to say this too.
It's through his stomach.
Since I'm still telling my Shay story the day after Thanksgiving, we ate like kings and queens at their house. But guess what else we did? We took food away from our house. I took a to-go plate, a big one too. So today we're talking about you and Lisa over for dinner. Oh, so again today we're talking about you and Lisa over for dinner again?
Evidently.
Say the word. Say word. Say when and say word. Okay. Because she's right. That's how you get me.
Do us a favor. Go ahead and click on like for me. Click like. Just click tap, like.
Two ways to get Brother Brian to show up to anything.
Hey, Sheila.
Here's the two ways. If you want me to show up for an event or anything, a party, if you want me to show up, there's two things you got to do. One, you got to get Lisa to want me to be there. Okay. If Lisa wants me there, and she'll put it on my calendar, she'll conspire the world to make sure it happens. If you do that, I'm likely going to be there. The other thing you could do is feed me. Promise of food will get me there. Promises of food. Shay Martin says, first off, good morning, Miss Sheila Gothard. How are you this morning? Shay says, you guys are awesome. And shout out to y'all doing this daily for years. Consistency and commitment.
We are entering into our 7th year.
7 years, Monday through Friday. We started this in October of 2016. Let me tell the tale. We started off as a 15-minute show.
Yeah.
It was called About Last Night when we first started it. We just talked about whatever we did the day before. And then Sister Demona DeBrew said, y'all guys got to go to at least 30 minutes. 15 minutes is not enough time. And she kept lovingly pressuring us. So we moved it to 30 minutes. But we were doing it Monday through Friday. And the point to me was Lisa had a bigger vision of it than I did it initially.
Oh,
there she is. Ro, you coming in the screen. I see you. Lisa's vision was bigger than mine. I was thinking it was kind of cool because we just use it as a formal way to start the workday. Okay. Lisa had a bigger vision than I did. But I was like, okay, let's do it. So we went to 30 minutes. And then Shay was like, look, we just start getting into the show and then y'all leave. Y'all got to go to an hour. And we resisted. And then she ramped up her efforts and started using different tactics to move the show to an hour. She started to bully us. So we moved it. Demona DeBrew did this, y'all. So we moved it to an hour. And right after we moved it to an hour, we got people like Dr. Beverly and Melissa Price. All this happened within the first year, 2016. Dr. Beverly and Melissa Price, they were like early adopters of the show. And we've been doing the show Monday through Friday, every week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 9:52. Yep. That's what she probably did, baby. But today we talk about Nia, and we have one of the Renaissance women in our life going to share it with us today. We're going to bring her up here in just a minute, matter of fact. Back in 2015, when I got in with Lisa and I moved to town, Lisa had a center. It was called the Empowerment Center, and we was doing workshops there. And there was this one lady, this beautiful soul, that would come to the events at the Empowerment Center. Her name was Rochelle V. Gray. And
Roe v. Gray.
And as we started talking to her, we realized she has a lot of different skills and talents. Like she was an educator, and she also gave classes on chess and the drum, and she also was some other kind of performer in a choir or something like that. And then we found out she taught emotional intelligence, and then she talked about multiple intelligences, like the 9 different multiple intelligences. And Lisa and I took some of her training on that. We took her training on that, and it's kind of stuck with us. There's more than one way to be intelligent. There's more than one way to be smart. And we both love her. She recently got engaged. So with that said, let's bring to the camera our friend and soon to be yours, Ms. Rochelle V. Gray.
Good morning, duo.
Good morning, young lady. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you guys? Well, I see y'all doing good.
Good.
Did the intro do you justice?
It did.
All right. So before we go further, please introduce yourself however you like.
My name is Rochelle V. Gray. I am a coach. I love it. I've actually been promoted at my job as coach. So which is actually going to catapult me into really doing what I'm supposed to be doing on the outside, which is coaching, training and coaching new teachers and teachers that have questions, as well as my black and brown males. That's my other thing. So my vision oversight company is for the new teachers. I'm training them to have vision versus sight, vision oversight. Wow. And because, if you see a student a certain way, that's how you teach them. People don't understand that, but you do.
I would love for you to have this conversation with the teacher that is currently the first teacher for the pilot program at James Middle School, James Martin Middle. She's the first pilot, the first class that is in the pilot of the year program that we are doing.
Okay.
One of the things that I had to stop her from doing, because it first of all, it irked me.
Welcome to that club.
I didn't mean it. She's a wonderful lady, but some of the children had challenges.
Absolutely.
And she was talking to me about their challenges while they were in the room.
Never.
And I asked her to tell me about their strengths.
That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. What strength do you know that they have? And what can they do better than anyone else?
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to ask them, does your student know that you know?
Amen.
Ooh, does your student know?
Because if they don't know, they're not going to perform. They're not going to perform.
They're not going to perform. Please. This is your purpose. Amen.
Yeah.
Your purpose is, well, let me not put purpose in your mouth. Please, go ahead and put your purpose in the air.
So when God gave me that vision oversight, when I see students, especially my males, I always see them like the first day they walked into kindergarten, the first grade, and they were so excited to be there. And then all of a sudden something happens around fourth grade, whether it's an adult, and it's usually an adult, right? It's not usually kids, it's usually an adult. And all of a sudden they click off and they don't perform.
Well, it's because is it often because what they're really, really good at is not one of the top 2 things that people want to make people good at.
That's exactly right. So
you're not good at reading or writing.
That's what? And it's crazy because one of my friends, we were talking about Montessori last night, and when school first happened in the United States, it was to socialize you and to just let you do what you do.
Mhm.
But when we became behind some of the other countries, some other things, the United States panicked, and all of a sudden we had these content classes, right? So again, a lot of them don't deal with what your genius is,
Mhm.
or you don't know what your genius is. So when I was looking at the word purpose, I know I gave you something, but then I was like, you know what? Multiple intelligence tests, go be great, which is what I always tell my students. No matter how many times I see them a day in the hallway email, I'm going to say, now go be great. So when I got to North Carolina, I was like, kids don't like school. And I teach social studies. So how is this going to happen? And all of a sudden, God was like, look around. You got the leader, interpersonal. You got the singer, you know what, musical. You got the linguistic kid over there drawing a crowd. You got the artist over there. Speak to their gifts.
You got the natural one, the nature one. You got the athletic one.
So that's right, body kinesthetic. That's right.
Yep.
So the first thing I do as an educator, which we get ready to do school wide, I give them a multiple intelligence test. And so it blows their mind because it's natural. And then I'll be like, nah, stop playing. I already know you're top 3 genius. Go be great. You can't fool me. I know you.
Did y'all hear that? That was beautiful right there.
It's a
that
flip.
right
Now,
there will take our children to the next.
Let me tell
level.
you, I've had kids take a math, and I'm like, do you know your math, logical, mathematical? And they like, but see, because of other things going on with you, either the teacher hasn't drawn it out, or you're not confident in that because nobody told you were great in that area. And I'll give you one last story before we go on. I had a student, he had an ankle bracelet. He wasn't mine.
Okay.
6'2", 8th grade. This kid had just flipped the table in the room before me, right? Before he got to me. So, of course, you know us, right? We get those kids, because they feel like we can manage. But it's not about managing kids. That's not the reason why we get wrong with classroom management. And I'm going to write on that in my book. It ain't about classroom management because you're just managing what's going on right now. It's about taking them to another level so they can be great. So they're like, okay, can you hold them for another block? No, I don't even know why I got this kid now. All of a sudden, his ankle bracelet monitor goes off, and the kids in class is like, what the heck? I don't know. So I look at the kid and I go, you got that right. I don't panic. I'm like, you got that right. He like, yeah. And it says you got 30 seconds to readjust, right? So he has to stay with me. And I'm like, okay, how am I going to get this kid to stay with me? Because he knows if he's in here for another block, something's up. But I don't know. He done flipped the table on another teacher in another room because whatever trigger she did, right? So I looked at him. I said, can you do me a favor? And he looking at me like, with his 6'2", he looking down. I was like, can you take a test for me? And of course, he's like, no. I was like, okay, it's a multiple intelligence test. It's going to tell me you're a genius. You're going to love it. It's all about you. You're going to finish like 10 minutes. When he finishes the test, his musical genius is like off the chart.
Really?
And I look at him and I say, you have a musical genius. I said, have you ever written anything? And this kid looked at me. I thought he was going to start crying. He was like, because I know nobody has ever asked him that because they only have sight when it comes to him. Right. But I'm like, that's just the outcome. Because guess what? That little man came into kindergarten, first grade, and was like loving school. And he said, yes, I write. I never got an opportunity to work with him because whatever he had did, it's probably an assault charge. They took him from us, but I never forgot that. And I was like, if we could just get kids, adults. I've had adults take that test and forgot that they had genius because we were.
Let me get in here for a second, okay? I want to catch up. First off, it's very thankful. Thank you for being here today, Ro.
And thank you for operating in your
and thank you for that story. It's very hard to even see you or be in your presence without wanting to brag on you. You've had a heart for teenage boys for a long time, and on Saturdays you've had me in to speak to them twice that I can remember.
That's true.
For different programs, I would come in and speak to her boys, and it's Rochelle, and she's got these boys behaving. She's got them respectful. She's got them loving on her. And they've always been wonderful because of you. But I want to catch up the comments too, because there's so many great ones.
Dr. Beverly says, being an educator at Turning Point for 16 students, 16 years was very challenging.
How about them?
Because the students that we had, their challenges were easily identified. And there was a period where I watched each student and asked them the very same question. But first, I would tell them how awesome it was that they did so.
That they did so and so. And then I would ask them if they thought about that being part of their career, and a lot of them don't.
No,
Amen. Thank you for
absolutely not.
that, Dr. Beverly.
Mm-mm.
Tarnez Green says, good morning. Great morning, GPs, God's people. Tina Miles says, congratulations. Sheila Gothard says, yes, multiple intelligence. Dr. Howard Gardner, love his work.
Yeah, that's him. That's
Shay,
him.
Dr. Deborah says, congratulations. Shay says, the one I've been waiting for. Hey, Coach. That's right. You're one
She has been talking to me about
certification program through
intelligence.
Shay.
Yeah.
Dr. Deborah says this is such a needed program. Sheila Gothard also says some students don't have challenges per se. They come with trauma. I found it so heartbreaking when you said that 8th grader had an ankle bracelet. And Shay Morton says, your test has helped empower me in my genius. All business owners need this test.
Absolutely.
She's probably right.
She has.
Everyone needs this test. Everyone,
really do.
children and adults, because there is a very, very great chance that you are overlooking your genius because you're trying to operate in what the world wants you to have.
That's exactly right. And because I knew in 3rd grade I wanted to be a teacher, right? One of the teachers' gifts, linguistic, the ability to speak, and my dad said, no, teachers don't make a lot of money. There's no respect. When we were coming up, computers was it. I went to school for computers. I was really good in it. I felt like I was tied to a chain ball.
Yeah.
It took me to be 38 years old to say, I don't have to do this anymore.
Amen.
But what if, and like I want to tell parents, I know you want what's best, but what if you just let them walk in their genius? And the Bible says we're supposed to be able to pray for our kids and identify and ask what their genius is. And so now through Howard Gardner, God has allowed this to be known that these are our gifts and let's walk in them. So I have artists in my school who've never had an art class. I mean, amazing. I'm like, oh, you're going to have an art class next semester. But yet we'll have a kid in an art class that doesn't want to be there, who's causing hell.
Right.
Absolutely.
But if you
your model is so much better.
Dr. Deborah says this is a needed program. Sister Sheila says some students don't have challenges per se. They come with trauma. And Dr. Deborah says, yes, Sheila, trauma can definitely impact learning. Amen.
Dr. Beverly says, awesome, gentlemen. Awesome, gentlemen. We had on the show when he said, don't let the system tell your story. Don't let the system tell your story. We're going to catch up because I want you to launch again, Sister Ro. Shay Morton says, your test has helped empower me. And okay, we read that. Michelle DeWitt.
She says, meeting with the guys in the Department of Juvenile Justice, I noticed how gifted they were. Amen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dr. Beverly says, Brian and Lisa, another awesome, beautiful soul that you've given us.
All right, boo.
Amen.
And as a guest, thank you so much for caring about our mindset.
Amen.
We're going to talk some more about that in a moment, Dr. Beverly. Go ahead, Ro. I'm sorry. I wanted to catch up.
So she's right as far as some students not having issues, they have challenges, but I would beg to differ because if I'm not teaching you at the school level to walk in your genius, you still have an issue. I'll tell you, I have a kid right now. They're like, because I have this new position as coach, right? So I'm coaching, teachers and I'm coaching students. But then when the relationship breaks, I have the restorative side, right? But a lot of people don't see the social emotional side, which they're trying to push because we're so reactive. So I get a message from a teacher. This kid comes and he's got his phone out, and he has ADHD, which a lot of times I don't believe in all that stuff. I'd be like, they be telling y'all stuff because your body kinesthetic and you want to move, but they don't get that as a male,
Right.
So I walk in there and I don't,
right there.
he's one of mine. Because really that could be a counseling issue, but I'm going to walk in and see what's going on. So I walk in. He hasn't had his meds today because something happened. And he has taken his phone out and he's sitting there. It's grounding him, but people don't get it because they don't have vision. So I walk in and I go, this class is absolutely chaotic. And it's not necessarily because of the teacher, because there's supports in there, but there's a lot of students in there. It's too much for him. So he has taken the phone out the ground and stuff. I'm glad he didn't take it because that'd have been like a mess. So I walk in there, I was like, let's do this. Let's go. Get that math sheet out. You know what his third genius is? Math.
Wow.
Nobody knew it, but I had given him the test. So we had given him this pass to walk around school, and it had all this crazy stuff on it. I told the lady, I said, we're going to redo his pass. We're going to show his multiple intelligence. We're going to show how he is smart. We're going to really like amp this up. And when he had finished that sheet, and he was actually asking questions that helped everybody else, vision.
You are brilliant. You drop a lot of nuggets.
It's because of God. You know what I'm saying? Because God, we've already have our talents and our gifts. So why is it being recognized? Why are we being made to be, that peg fitting in that square?
That's right. Hold on. Now, somebody watching you today, this is their first time in being introduced to you. And somebody's watching you today is really feeling you. Okay. And they're like, I want to follow her. I want to be in support of her. I want to see what she's doing. Or they may want to just even have a conversation with you about something. How do you prefer people connect with you?
They can email me, Coach Rochelle V. Gray at gmail.com.
Coach Rochelle V. Gray at gmail.com. That's how you prefer people reach out to you. Okay. And what if they wanted to be supportive of you? Is there a way they could be supportive of your mission? Like, don't you have a nonprofit or something?
I do. So that my Power Elite Male.
Yeah, this is a very big audience. They might want to chip in some money.
So with Power Elite, 1% of the people in the world teach their sons that you will be the Power Elite in strategy, but strategy with them is guns. Our strategy is non-conventional sports, chess, golf, fencing, horses, bowling, all things that our students have not been privy to. Our second tenet is finance. They teach their sons, you will be well versed in finance. You will be an entrepreneur. That's the third. And you will be a leader wherever you go. So I was like, what if we taught our kids that? Because when I got the name, I'm like, God, why Power Elite? And he was like, do your research. So I do my research. C. Wright Mills, one of the gentlemen writes about the Power Elite. And these are things they teach their sons from birth. Because those things make the world go round. They're not teaching them to be an educator. And I have powerful people, especially in the Asian community, that will say to you, I will support you as an educator, but my kids will never be an educator because they don't make enough money.
That part.
It's a financial thing with them.
Is there a way to give or donate to Power Elite Male?
And while you're doing that, Tina Miles says, your purpose brings prosperity. When your work and purpose, money will chase you down.
Okay.
The doctor said, brilliant, with 4 exclamation points. Excuse me. Tina Miles says, love that, Power Elite. And Shay Morton says, Coach Rochelle V. Gray at gmail.com. Thank you, Shay, for putting that in. And Tina Miles, golf. Now, Tina Miles is a beautiful young lady that actively golfs. She's not.
I love it. I need you because I'm trying to do a fundraiser in June.
Okay. Reach out because she's very, very hospitable. She's very welcoming. Tina Miles raised her hand to be helpful too, but she golfs regularly.
I love it.
She even had an organization one time before, something about women golfing. At one time.
Love it.
Rochelle, how do people donate to you to Power?
So I did put in my Cash App in the chat.
Can you just tell it to me so I can put it on the screen?
So it is, of course, the $ Ro V Gray, ROVGRAY, and then VOS, Vision Oversight. So it's Ro V Gray, and then VOS.
Is that right? What you see on the screen?
Yeah, the V is just small. That's all. Mm-hmm.
I don't see it.
Hold on.
Ro V Gray is small, and then the VOS is large. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we come in there because we all serve a God here that can do a whole lot with a little bit. So if you're watching this and you want to be a part, you want to be supportive of Ro, do not get hung up on the amount. Please don't get hung up on the amount. I'm not able to donate $500, so I won't donate nothing. Don't do that. Donate anything.
Because let me tell you, I just had I just took my males to to Vi Gravity. We just had our holiday party. And the awesome thing about the males, they're from all over the district. Right. That day, I must have had males from about 5 different schools, 5th grade through high school. Right. So they're looking at everybody. And the first thing I say to them is, we're not a clique. Because some of them meet each other for the first time. We're not a clique. We're a family. We're a tribe. So no matter what their swag is, I don't care if your swag is that you're chunky, tall, what you consider handsome, got the crown up there, whatever.
What you
We're
consider
one.
handsome.
And if you could have saw them, really, because some of them, because what you think is swag is, no, we have our own swag. But let me tell you, if you could have saw the camaraderie in that room.
Absolutely.
There was no barriers. No barriers.
I believe it.
And I was like, and when I look out there, that's what I expect to see. And I'm very short with my words with males. That's another thing we do with males, especially women. We talk too much. You got to give them a few things to say, pat them on the shoulder,
keeps dropping nuggets, y'all.
Listen, we do. I'll be like, and then the second mistake we make with males is, well, any of our students. I'm like, you're talking to them when they're in motion, then the reason part of the brain has left the building. And you're still talking. So the first thing I tell my kids when I coach them, and I tell them, and they could tell their teachers, Coach Gray said, take 10 deep breaths. And then I want you to think. I don't want you to speak. If they're trying to get you to speak, tell them Coach Gray said, nope, can't speak right now.
Oh, my Lord. I love you.
Don't even speak. Because they know I can handle it. No, Coach Gray said, I can't speak. Because I'm calming down. I'm centering myself. I don't want to, because then they'll say, well, now they're getting suspended for cursing. Because Reason left the building. You kept pushing them. So you
Reason left the building.
That part of the brain is not even operating anymore because now fight or flight is happening.
They didn't give him time.
We gotta catch up these comments.
I'll be like, look, just go over, stand over there.
Comments, bro. We gotta catch up these comments.
Okay.
Kelly Little says, here is one of the many things that makes this beloved soul, spirit, and gifted empowerer special. Thank you for operating beyond people's trauma, gratitude, and creativity, being curious enough to disrupt and challenging the status quo so that they can get aligned.
So they can align with their divine purpose. Thank you, Brother Kelly Little. Kelly Little's a guy kind of like you, Sister Rose.
He mentors too, man.
He's a good one. He's a good one. Jackie Rosier says, Arizona morning. I will listen to this later today.
Absolutely.
You're going to enjoy it. William Brown, good morning, sir.
Good
Happy
morning,
today.
William Brown.
Tina Miles says, do you speak to senior citizens, Ro?
I do, because guess what? You're never too old.
Okay. And Tina also says a lot of them are raising their grandchildren.
Unfortunately.
And you know what? And it's not the same day. It's not the same day. And they don't have any of those skills or even maneuvering the system.
Yeah.
That is another conversation.
So can we connect you with Tina? Tina, be sure to get the email. Be sure to email Sister Coach Rochelle V. Gray at gmail.com.
She's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter where, right?
Yep, she's in. She wants to know what city you're in.
Yes,
she's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
But airplanes go anywhere, so if you want to fly her out,
Greensboro is an hour drive.
That's right.
Hour 15-minute drive.
But what about flued out?
You can
get flued out.
Rochelle can be flued out if you want to bring her out.
You want to bring her to your place? She can get flued out. But absolutely, Rochelle, I appreciate the wisdom that you're dropping on the people. Because that's exactly what it is. It is wisdom.
We knew you'd be a great guest.
And we knew that NIA was a great day for you.
That is true.
We're going to have to wrap with you, but we may have to have you come back for a part 2.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you like another minute or so. If there's anything you want to say to this loving audience that we have here. The people in this group are mature, they're entrepreneurial, they're loving, they're supportive. Do you want to leave them any words or anything?
First of all, I would love to connect. We have got to get our students walking in their purpose, or they're going to just be laborers. And the city is changing all around us everywhere. And our students have got to catch up. And the way they're going to catch up is by walking in their purpose. Now I'm preaching to the choir, and I know Shay Morton is like, I'm going to get you. Because what I have to do is I want to public speak. I want to public speak to parents, to teachers, and to students. We have got to get them on board with students walking in their purpose. Parents, you have got to identify your kid's purpose. The test that I give is free. But if you don't know how to get to the back door in this test, the only test that's available to you is you have to pay for it. But I know how to get you on that test and not the back door.
Rochelle, we love you.
We appreciate
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. We're gonna have to. Can you hang out in the green room for a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So we're gonna put you down in the green room, and we're gonna review a little review when we're done. Okay.
And to your audience, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it.
Amen.
Thank you,
Rochelle V. Gray, y'all.
I'm telling you, I'm impressed with the Empowerment Duo show. Let's talk about
You
it.
guys showed up. Tarnez says, back door it is. And me too, Tarnez. Tina Miles, I'm so grateful that you were here today. Look how this works. Every day this audience is different, but every day it's the same. Every day we get a loving collection of supportive people. Loving connection. Sheila Gothard said, wow. And you're right. Kelly Little said, fire.
Fire. Pew, 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 pew. Hit those likes.
Let me say something about the likes and stuff. When you hear somebody say something, if you will click like on it, Facebook thinks, oh, they're getting some interaction, and then Facebook will spread our message better. But if we don't get any likes or loves or even dislikes or whatever it is, any kind of interaction helps the show. And we've had to revamp the show. We lost a lot, like in June with this show. We
Absolutely.
lost a lot of the contacts. We lost the whole Empowerment Duo network, all that stuff with
everything.
Thousands of people.
We had thousands of people already, but you know what? It's going to be more gooder.
It's going to be more
Because
gooder.
it's not just going to be looky-loos. It's going to be the Empowerment family, the fantastic Empowerment family, and all that you guys bring to it. You don't just sit in the audience. You participate.
And that makes the show.
And that makes the show.
Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
I enjoyed that very much with Sister Ro.
We're getting ready to go to the songs at 9:42, but may I read a card real quick?
Yes. Please.
So I picked the card from the Manifest Anything cards. And the scripture is Job 26:10. He has inscribed a circle on the surface of the waters at the boundary of light and darkness. Understand that there is that much access for you to have. A circle on the waters between light and darkness. You can get this. Job 26:10.
I'm going to tell you, Dr. Beverly highlighted something earlier today on this show about what we do, bringing our guests in here. And I was listening to some classic Earl Nightingale this morning.
Oh, it was fantastic to stumble upon you listening to that.
Yes. Earl Nightingale talked about the secret word to your life. Okay? The secret word to your life is attitude. Attitude. Your attitude when you go into something, your attitude about how good you are going to be at something determines everything. Now, today, they don't use the word attitude, they call it mindset. Okay, but he's basically talking about the same stuff Earl Nightingale was talking about in the 60s. Okay, but they call it mindset. And the older I get, the more and more I appreciate that our mindsets, our attitudes. I was in a sales group last night doing a lot of coaching and stuff and talking to a bunch of different salespeople. But mindset matters more. Their attitudes. Nobody's buying today is a mindset.
And listen, I'm telling you, this is so true. One of the things that he even caught my eye was when he said, only talk about your health if it's good. Why does that matter?
Yeah.
Only talk about your health if it's good. There are so many people that are so entangled in what is wrong with them that they can write a thesis on it.
Some people can't wait to tell you their health
can't
challenges.
wait to tell you
their problems.
They're feeding it over and over again.
And some people like to compete. Okay.
Is that what's wrong with you? Well,
I got
what's wrong with me.
I'm not laughing at anybody. Okay.
No.
But Earl Nightingale was talking about attitude. And when you do that, like Lisa just said, you're reinforcing, just like why it's folly to worry. Okay. We worry from time to time, but it's really folly. It's almost like you're praying for the thing that you don't want to happen. Okay. So we're going to do what we do here. We're going to do our greeting songs and our greeting logos.
Absolutely.
And these are for people who've been rocking with us for a while or have been consistent contributors. And we know there's a lot of people that watch the show, like my mother. Like my mother that watch this show and don't say nothing, but tell me later I enjoyed the show. You know, I say, Mom, say anything, say hi, and we'll shout you out. I don't want you to do. That's my mom. Y'all.
We appreciate whenever you get ready to say something, we appreciate you. But we appreciate you viewing, even if you don't say anything.
So we're gonna do what we do. Miss Vicky Ferguson.
Tina said, Lord have mercy.
Vicky Ferguson, you deserve a greeting song. So recommend a song or a genre of music, and we'll put your name in it, Vicky.
Do you remember Rochelle's song? Because she was the Renaissance.
Yeah, she's a Renaissance woman. We had a great song for you, bro.
Do you remember your song, bro?
If you remember, put it in the
She
chat.
don't remember it.
Because we had all kinds of stuff. And I liked Rose's song, but see, when Lisa and I are in our 50s, mid-50s.
Mid-50s. I'm going to be 55 in how many days?
In
13 days.
In 13 days, Lisa will be 55. I just turned 55 last month myself. So if we don't keep doing your song up regularly, we'll lose it. But anyway,
we don't mean
find a song. Michelle DeWitt, Dr. Beverly has a logo.
Song.
Her logo goes like this. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Yeah, I heard my voice crack.
Or something.
I knew. My voice is just cracking. Michelle DeWitt has a jam, and it goes, DeWitt, Michelle DeWitt. That's our greeting song for her. Up next is Katora Green. She's got a jam. Back to life. Back to Katora Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
That's Katora's jam. Come on, baby.
I'm coming.
Shake.
Shay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shay.
Shake your business. Shake your business. Tina Miles, you deserve a jam too.
Absolutely.
You've been coming through for years.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance and trauma coach.
Mm-hmm. Tina Miles recommended a song for us so we can sing your greeting song as well. Sheila Gothard.
Sheila, storms are brewing in your eyes.
Your voice cracking too. One of the great sermons I've heard in my life was delivered by Pastor Kevin Webb, and he delivered a sermon called The Power of Storms. The Power of Storms. It was an amazing sermon. Who's next?
Tarnez.
Okay, Tarnez Green has a jam, and it goes, do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Do it, Tarnez. Yeah. That's Tarnez's jam.
Love it.
Nick Lewis is one of our coaches.
Hey, Nick.
Thank you for
joining. Thank you for joining us. I think
William Brown, I saw him.
Yeah.
William Brown has a song too, and it goes on. Good morning to our friend Bill.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Kelly Little has a jam in the voice of Biggie Smalls. Kelly, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. Kelly Little, my man. He's a supporter. He's a lover of children. He's written great books. Jacqueline Rosier has a logo as well as a song. Her logo goes, well, according to Jacqueline, and her song is
Jacqueline Rosier, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you were mine.
Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Renee. Thank you guys for swinging through.
We appreciate you.
Who's this here? Tina Miles says, what's love got to do? Got to do for Tina Miles, okay? Right. So we're going to find Tina's Miles and what's love got to do with it. Thank you, Tina, for that.
We're going to work that out, Tina.
Sheila Gothard says, the power of storms. Fun fact, I'm in New Orleans and there's a bad storm raging at this moment. I love the sound of thunder. I don't know why.
Thunder is amazing.
I slept last night in the thunderstorms all night long.
Yeah. And since I sleep with him, I did too.
Yeah. I sleep with water, either. I've been digging on this thing called brown noise for the past month. Brown noise to help you sleep. But typically I either listen to crashing ocean waves or heavy rainstorms every night.
That's right, Kelly. Capricorn Nation. Kelly's birthday is, I think, the 6th. Is yours the 6th, Kelly?
That's why I like my song. Okay. And it's okay.
Because he didn't like that song for you, Sheila. He wanted me to read
I
it.
didn't have the meaning for storms that she does.
Well, there you go.
And ain't my jam, it's her jam. So she like it. That's what we're going to roll with.
Kelly Little is the 6th.
Good job for remembering his birthday, baby.
Yes. I got to remember my Capricorns. Truth is the 1st, isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, Myra.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know nobody's birthday like that. You know how I remember everybody's birthday? Facebook. When Facebook tells me it's your birthday, that's how I know it.
I don't have everybody on Facebook anymore.
Oh, well, I do still. And that's a shame that you don't. but Facebook tells me who's my friend's birthday. Sister Jacqueline says,
jumped on to send a most special shout out. New Year blessings and love to the wonderful, amazing empowerment duo community.
tomorrow's the 31st, which is Saturday. So that's New Year's Eve tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
So the next
New
time
Year's Eve, you're going to see us on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day because we're going to have abbreviated services that day. Shows. Amen.
Well, you do call this our church.
This is our church. Amen. But we're going to have abbreviated shows from 9 to about 9:30 on tomorrow and Sunday because Kelly Little is going to be our guest tomorrow.
Whoop, whoop.
His word is Kumba.
Well, do we want to do Kelly on Saturday or want to wait till Monday when our regular audience is here?
They will be here. We're virtual. They can come.
All right.
Or not.
All right. So that's fine.
And then on Sunday, Imani, which is Faith, is going to be Myra, and she's going to be on Sunday.
Okay, good. Man. The New Year's Day celebration. I don't know what my wife's going to do because there's so much good football on this weekend. Saturday from 4 p.m. till about, I'm going to say 11. I want to be watching football. What am I going to do?
From 4 p.m. to 11?
p.m., yeah.
So watch it. We're going to go to church in the morning, and we're going to go to on Sunday.
Okay. I'm talking about on Saturday because this is football champion. Barbara, you missed a good one. We had an amazing guest. Barbara says, jumped on to say, hey, fam, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Barbara. She says, Lisa, is your nose not working today?
No, my nose is not working. My nose is on break.
But let me tell you this, Barbara. Lisa's been going. She's been working very hard. And one thing about your body, and it's been said ago, what is a common cold? What is a common cold? A common cold is your body's way of telling you to take a rest. A common cold with treatment lasts about 7 days. And a common cold without any treatment at all lasts about a week. Yesterday, Lisa, she went out to see a client and she got home about 2 p.m. and she went to bed shortly after 2. I'm going to say 3 o'clock by the time she got to bed. And at 8:07, she got up. So she slept for 5 hours for her nap. To me, and she had the runny nose and the coughing and the sneezing. But to me, that's her body saying, you tripping. We're going to make you take a rest. Okay?
And then I went back to sleep. Sat down.
That's
Sat
right.
Down. Now we got to do Barbara's song. What is it?
Barbara's song is from Brick House. Oh, she's Brick House.
Barbara H. Smith.
That's it. Ow! Boom, boom, boom. She's mighty. Just getting your stage fright out. She's Barbara H. Smith. Ow! That's our girl, Barbara H. Smith.
We love you. We
gotta go.
We gotta go. Hey, don't forget to have sex, even if you got a cold.
She's Barbara H. Smith.